Good morning.
All participants are muted.
All right, all right.
Entry and exit tones are off.
Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling good this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration expert. That means I'm here every morning to help you make more money with your business. Sometimes that comes in strange and mysterious ways. Like sometimes we focus on skill set, that's kind of like the how to do, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we focus more on mindset because 80% of it is always going to be mindset. 80% is always psychological. And then that other 20% works into the skill set and also the heart set. I always say that what comes after the equal sign, that's that level of fulfillment. So yeah, you done experienced the science of achievement. But can you really get into the art of fulfillment? So that's why we focus on heart set, mindset, and skill set every single morning. We try and separate these things. But if there's one thing that weirds me out about the skill set of it all, like I don't know how many of you have joined our newsletter. If you haven't, this is a good time to do so. The newsletter is insane. To me, it's the best newsletter on entrepreneur mindset I've ever seen. We curate that thing very precisely for you every single week. And there's not only a mindset section, there's not only a heart set section, but there's always a skill set section. Somebody type that in the comments and then give me a share. Skill set, skill set. There are professions out here where enthusiasm will carry the day, but then there are professions out here where we want the person to have some skills. There are professions out there where having a good attitude will carry the day. But then there are some professions out there where we would prefer you have a skill set, right? Like if I'm coming to you and you're my dentist, I want you to have a good attitude. But you know what? What I care more about is that you know your craft. If I come to a surgeon, yeah, I want you to say your affirmations and stuff. I'm a big believer in it. But check it out. I also want you to know what you're going to be doing, champ. When you're carving into my grandma, you're carving into my body. You get what I'm saying to you? Skills are important. Everybody with me? Yeah, mindset will get you 80% across, but check it out. Who wants to only get 80% across a river or a lake or an ocean? So, one of the most powerful skill sets that I think you can learn. Yeah. Somebody say skill set, skill set. Let's go, skill set. Appreciate that, crystal clear. Okay, Cassandra's in the house. Ali Goins is up in here. My man D Money. Somebody say skill set and give me a share. Skill set, skill set. Yeah, Miss Barnes, what's up? Skill set. To me, the most important aspect of any sale is also most entrepreneurs' major weakness, y'all. Asking questions. To me, asking questions should be the topic of whole courses in college. You'd think it would be the topic of training every single week with any entrepreneur who has sales staff. And yet, salespeople are going to be kind of like the odds on favorite to have never taken one training program in the science of asking a question. Now, I'm not talking to all my Kaizen Academy members. This weekend on Kaizen Academy, we're doing a whole deep dive into just selling with questions. That's all we're going to focus on. This class is going to be insane if you're looking to grow your skill set. But check it out. Think about how critical asking questions are. You got those first questions that set rapport, and we know rapport is 80% of the sale. Then we have, questions that actually set the tone for the sale. So we got the rapport questions that set the tone for the rapport, that set the tone for the meeting. And then we got the business questions that create the buying environment. That's critical. How much more important can you get than that? Matter of fact, here are 10 quick benefits that I want you to jot down in your power notes. Hopefully you guys are taking notes. We taking notes, right? Jot these down in your power book. And I want to challenge you to challenge yourself on some of these types of questions. One of the benefits of asking a question is you qualify the buyer. By asking a question, you now know if this is someone who even needs your product, right? A second benefit, you establish rapport. Until we like you, until you get us to lower our salesman alarm, everything you say bouncing off our forehead. The third benefit is create prospect disparity. Listen to that word, disparity, disparity, as in despair, as in a bad feeling. We're going to create a feeling inside that prospect that makes them want to solve the problem quicker. Because as we know, the more emotionally they feel the problem, the quicker they want to solve it. Everybody with me? Number 4, we get to eliminate or differentiate from the competition. These are all benefits from asking questions. Just by asking a certain kind of question, I can make you cancel out whoever you were going to compare me to. You get what I'm saying? Number 5 is questions can help you build credibility. Just by, there's a famous philosopher named Voltaire, this French cat. And he was like, you judge a man not by his answers, you judge a man by his questions. Everybody type this in the comments. And while you're doing that, I'm going to finish this list of benefits. But this is such an important concept. I want you to write it down. Beginners learn what to say. Professionals learn what to ask. That's important, y'all. Amateurs learn what to say. Professionals learn what to ask. You hear me? It builds credibility. Just knowing what to ask. Number 6, questions allow you to get to know the customer and know their business. That's self-explanatory. Number 7 is questions allow you to identify their needs. That's a big one. Number 8, you can find hot buttons. Like if they're more interested in staying home with their children than they are avoiding the commute, maybe you focus on that. But how do you discover which they're more into, which is more their pain point? You ask questions. We call those hot buttons. Okay. And then number 9 is you can get more information for your personnel file, because as you know, and I know, this ain't about the learning curve. This is about what we call the comfort curve, right? Which means you need posture of a friend, not posture of some super professional jerk, but posture of a friend. I don't need the posture of a super professional jerk, because what's going to happen is I'm going to make a bad decision. And what I need is not somebody who's going to professionally read me the rules and regulations and then say, oh, we can't do that, it's against the policy. I want to feel from you like you're going to have my back when all hell breaks loose. It is very important that I feel that somebody got my back in this equation. And it can't just be me against the company. I mean, you're the one that's selling me on this company. So can I get to know you? Can I feel like you're getting to know me? Can I feel like you care? That personal information cannot be overstated, y'all. And then number 10 is close the sale. This weekend's Kaizen Academy is going to focus on nothing but selling with questions, y'all. Why? Because amateurs learn what to say and professionals learn what to ask. Can somebody type that in the comments for me? Amateurs learn what to say. Professionals learn what to ask. That's a good one for you to type in the comments, y'all. That's a good one for you to type in your notes. That's a good one for you to wrap your mind around. Because if you could just ask a question, you could give yourself a mental break. If you could just ask the right question, you can pause and be thinking about what you're going to say yet. If you can ask the right question, you can create this vibe where now they respect you even more, not less. If you can ask a right question, you're now looking more like a doctor who, when you come into the room, they don't just show you a video and try to sell you some drugs. What do, y'all? They ask questions. Here's my question to you. And I've asked it before. I'll ask it again. Do you have 25 of the most powerful questions you can create at your fingertips right now? Let me see it. Yes or no in the comments right now. Do you have 25 of the most powerful questions you can create at your fingertips right now? Let me see it in the comments. Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you have a list of, I'm talking about grenades? You hear me? Can you say you have a list of grenades that when you ask this question to this client, you all of a sudden got that thing in your hand? You all of a sudden are so relaxed. You ain't stressed out no more. You ain't tripping off what you're going to say next because you asked them a question, right? Yeah, Diane's being honest. Yeah. No. Listen to me. If you're saying no right now, good. If you're saying no right now, then let me tell you what you need. You need to be on this class this weekend. Because here's the challenge. You want to get every prospect to say to themselves, nobody ever asked me that before. That instantly separates you from your competition. So I got 7 different questions for you. Yeah, Kim. Yeah, Kim. I got 7 different question strategies for you that I want you to utilize as we're approaching this class this weekend. Everybody with me? I want you to utilize. Yeah. Whoever said no to that question, again, the question, y'all, was do you, and somebody type this in the comments. This is big. Do you have 25 questions, 25 of the most powerful questions that you can create in a little list that when you're on the phone with this person, you can just grab one out? Yes or no? That's my question for you. Yeah, Antonio. Let's get it. All right. So here are some strategies to help you come up with those questions as we feed into this class this weekend. Everybody with me? 1, ask questions that make them evaluate new information. That's one strategy. So now you should be able to pull some questions out of just that thought. If not, I'm going to help you this weekend. Don't worry. Number 2, ask questions that qualify their needs. That's another way to pull some questions out. Oh man, if Crystal ain't got it, I know nobody has it. Yeah, do you have 25 questions? you hear what I'm saying to you? 25 questions. Here's the third one. You can ask questions about improved productivity. You can ask questions about improving profit. You can ask questions about improving savings. Am I making sense? A 4th strategy. You can ask, this is good. This is a good one. You can ask questions about the company's goals or about that prospect's goals, their personal goals, their goals with the company. You see that? This should help you come up with some of these 25 you need. This should help you come up with some of these 25. Listen, this class is going to be cold, Crystal. This class right here is going to be a game changer. This is one of the 25 skills you need to have as an entrepreneur, especially a solopreneur, especially somebody who's working in this new economy. One of the skill sets has got to be asking questions. You hear what I'm saying to you? Number 5, you can ask questions. Yeah, goals, Dr. Monet. Money Long is in the house. Check it out. Goals. Ask them questions about their goals. And not just their company goals, their business goals, but also their personal goals. Number 5, we said ask questions that separate you from the competition, right? Number 6, we said ask the prospect questions that make them think before they give a response. It's going to raise your credibility level, right? And then the 7th strategy I got for you is ask power questions that create a buying atmosphere. Ask power questions that create a buying atmosphere. Now, if you're one of the people that said no, you do not have a list of 25 of the most powerful questions you can possibly ask at your fingertips, you don't already have 25 of them written in your power book, I just gave you some clues. That's going to take you right into this class we do this weekend. So really go through it. Have some stuff that you want to try out this weekend. I'm warning you, this is going to give you a head start. And even if you don't have a head start, you're still going to learn some insane techniques this weekend. So I hope you're ready, because a little bonus skill I got for you is learn to listen. And a critical success strategy, if you want to enhance your listening skills, is start taking notes. Taking notes in that personnel file we always talk about, posture of a friend, personnel file, plug them in. That's the comfort curve, right? Posture of a friend, personnel file, plug them in. Real quick, posture of a friend, because nobody cares how much you know till they know how much you care. Personnel file, because a short pencil is better than the longest memory, and you never get a second chance to make a second impression, right? That second phone call is when you're going to check your notes and be like, oh, how's Jamal's soccer practice? And they're like, whoa, this person listens, right? You didn't remember. You wrote it down. Huh? Everybody with me? And then that third one is plug them in. Plug them into something like Good Morning Millionaire. Because then you get to follow up with them without asking them to buy something, right? So my point is, the crux of that is that personnel file, y'all. Why do I say that? Because the personnel file allows you to build better rapport when you call them a second time. But also, y'all, that personnel file tells you what video from Good Morning Millionaire or YouTube or whatever a podcast you ran across, it tells you exactly what to send them. because you heard their problems. You heard what they're going through. You've seen the disparity between where they are now and where they want to be. So now you can offer solutions that are relevant, that actually make them say, dang, he was thinking about me, or dang, she really gets me. Am I making sense? The crux of all of that is taking notes, y'all. All these questions become that much more powerful at the point you take notes. It shows you care. It preserves your data so that when you follow up, you got something powerful to say. It keeps the record straight. You hear me? It makes the customer feel, watch this, noteworthy. You know, that's another word for important, noteworthy. So just imagine, you find them worthy of taking notes, huh? I hope everybody's ready. I hope everybody's ready. And there's a secret to kind of creating and asking the right kind of power questions. What you want to do is ask the prospect a question that makes them think about me and my business, but makes them respond in terms of them and their business. I don't want to go over everybody's head. That's why I'm glad you're able to watch the rewind. You're able to replay this. That's important. I said the secret to asking a power question is you ask them a question that makes them think about you and your business, right? But respond in terms of them and their business. I know that sounds complicated, but it ain't. Horrible question, right? What type of life insurance do you have? You know what's a better way to ask that? If your husband died, how would the house payments be made? How would the children go to college? You see that? So I'm making them think of me and my business, but they got to answer in terms of their business. Everybody with me? If say I was selling phone service, you know, if your long distance was 30, a crap question would be like, who do you use for long distance, right? Who do you currently use for long distance? That sucks. You know what's a better way to ask that question? If your long distance charges were 30% higher than they should be, how would you know? You see that? You see that? Everybody with me? Is this making sense for real? This makes the buyer think in terms of their own interest. Now they got to respond in terms of their interest. But they have to answer in the frame that I set up for them. They got to answer in terms of needing better credit, or in terms of comparing their current long distance to the long distance they could be getting with me as a salesperson. Am I making sense? Let's just say I train sales teams, which I do, right? So here's some questions that I use, or that I would use, that would make the prospect think about himself, but answer in terms of me, right? And I'm just giving this so that you have something to write down in your book, and you can take these and kind of freak it in your own world. Again, this is only important for you if you said no when I asked, do you have 25 of the most powerful questions you can create already written down and ready for you to pick some out and ask your perfect prospect? Do you have a list of 25 questions? Let me see it. Yes or no in the comments. Do you have a list of 25 questions right now? 25 power questions that you know instantly create a buying atmosphere. You know, one of my favorite is, if I were in front of your perfect customer, how would I know? Man, I meet a lot of people that maybe could use your service. If I'm in front of your perfect kind of customer, how would I know? Y'all see how that makes him think? Y'all see how that makes her contemplate? This is an example of a power question. This is an example of a question that creates a buying atmosphere. And if you like that question, you got to be in class this weekend. This Saturday's Kaizen Academy is going to change your life. All right. But back to, like, if I'm training salespeople, here's some of the questions I would ask the check writer. I'd be like, how many of your salespeople didn't meet their sales goals last year? See how that's talking to them in terms of production? Or how did you discover? What did you discover was the reason they weren't meeting their sales goals? Now, that's a clue for you, right? Because you never want to ask why. I'll talk about that this weekend, but why is like a trigger. It takes us back to our parental units harassing us when we did something wrong. So try to stay away from whining, right? Why? Try to stay away from whining. All right. But maybe next I would ask them, so what plans have you made to ensure that they're going to hit their sales goals this year? Y'all see that? I'm asking them questions that make them think. What type of personal development plans have you put in place for your salespeople? Huh? Y'all see that? Or what about this? How do you support your sales staff? Y'all see that? Each one of these questions gets them thinking like, dang, I'm really slipping out here, right? How much training did you budget last year? Woo! Now I started talking about prices, baby. Now I started seeing what the market will bear. You feel me? But at the same time, if they didn't budget, now they're asking themselves, why don't I budget for this stuff, right? So then I might ask them, how much do you wish you had budgeted? Woo! 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 Y'all with me? When training takes place, how do you measure each individual's progress? Do y'all see this? Do y'all see how easy questions make it? And those, 6 or 7 questions, that just gave me enough ammunition to rewrite their entire sales record book. Not to mention, they're going to write me a check. See, it's not just asking questions. It's about asking the right questions. A sale is lost or made based on the questions you ask. Can you believe that? And if you aren't making all the sales, what you want to do is start by evaluating the specific wording of the questions you're asking. Your answers are in your questions. Huh? Questions unlock sales. Anybody got any questions? No, I'm just playing. But this weekend's class is going to be called Selling with Questions. Selling with Questions. All we're going to do is a deep dive into selling with questions. Was this powerful, y'all? Did this help somebody? Did this help anybody? If this class this weekend does not benefit you, then I'll just give you a full refund. No questions asked. You don't even have to ask twice. I'll just give you back your money. But you want yourself and you want your team in the building this weekend. We haven't released the link yet. It's going to be something like $30 or something, or you can join the whole academy for like $44, something like that. Listen, pay that little tuition and get in that class this weekend if you're looking to change it. I mean, it's the easiest trigger. It's the easiest trigger for sales that I've ever discovered. All right. Selling with questions, y'all. Selling with questions. All right, it's affirmation time. Let's get it. Good, Cassandra. Good, good, good. Scale of 1 to 10. How helpful was this, y'all? How helpful was this? It's affirmation time. We about to get it. We about to get it. How helpful was this? Scale of 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10. How helpful was this? How helpful was this? Let's go. Let's go. It's affirmation time. Call in right now. Call in right now. Let's go. Let's go. Scale of 1 to 10. 10 means you're definitely going to use something. 10 means you're going to use something. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Good, 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 good. I'm seeing the 10s coming in. Let's go. Let's go. So if this was helpful for you, you definitely want to be on this weekend's class, y'all. But repeat after me. It's affirmation time. Say it like you mean it, y'all. And if your phone line tries to charge you to call in, just text call me to the same number. Text call me to the same number. Call me, call me. Text call me to the same exact number. You want to get this party started. All right, repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. You ready? I am so